is Jeff Cowan coming to you from Jeff Cowan's Pro Talk with my weekly podcast entitled Right Service, Write Your Own Paycheck, The Path to Making $100,000 a Year Writing Service. Because just like I say every week, 20% of you watching this now, writing service in the United States of America and or Canada, 20% of you are making $100,000 a year or more. So that means 80% of you are not. So what are we going to do about that? Well, you're going to keep listening to me because I'm going to show you how to get those type of numbers. And for those of you that are already making $100,000 a year, keep listening. I'm going to show you how to make more. All right, now I've got a great series I'm going to start here today. It's one of the biggest questions I get over and over and over. It's one question I've gotten the entire time I've been in business, over 30 years. I get it in every workshop, every meeting, every time I talk to somebody, they ask this question, and that question is, how do I find new or good service advisors? And that's a great question because it seems, key word right there, it seems to be one of the hardest things to do is to find service advisors, and I'm here to tell you it's one of the easiest things to do is to find brand new service advisors. Now, why do I say that? Well, let's just take a look at the facts when it comes to service advisors. I've said this before on this podcast, and I know I'll say it again, and I'm going to say it today. The average service advisor today, writing service in the United States of America in the automotive industry, is making $65,000 a year, instantly putting them in the top 15% of income earners in the United States of America. Now, depending on where they live, the average service advisor making $65,000 a year, here's what they can get with that. They can get a house at 2,300 square feet and put it on 1.3 acres of land. With that type of money, they can park a vehicle in their driveway that has a value of $40,000. If they're married and their spouse works outside the home, you can throw another 800 square feet into that house and another acre of land on top of that, plus a second car in the driveway of equal or greater value. The service advisors today on average get a 2-week paid vacation and a benefit package that rivals some of the largest industries and corporations out there, and you tell me you can't find these people, knowing that 20% of the people that write service make $100,000 a year, placing them in the top 4% of income earners in the United States of America? Baloney. If you can't find these people, it's because you're doing something wrong. You either have an ineffective ad, or you don't know how to interview, or you don't know how to train them, or you have bad training if you do train them. You do not hold them accountable if they accept a job and they work with you. Or you do not know how to motivate them once you do get them. It's one of those things. It always is. So here's what we're going to do over the next several weeks in podcasts. I'm going to step by step take you on a journey and show you how to place ads, how to interview these people, how to train them, how to hold them accountable, how to motivate them, and how to make them the most successful advisors they can be, so you in turn as a manager or a business owner can be successful and get the maximum results as well. All right, now, so let's start with step number 1, which is an ineffective ad. Now, the problem with most ads that I see out there today in the marketplace is this, is that people keep placing the same ads over and over and over. And it's like anything else in life. If you keep doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting different results, you're insane. It's nuts. The problem with these ads is they all say the same thing. Wanted, service advisor, no experience necessary, excellent opportunity, blah, 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 blah. They all say the same thing and they're not motivating. All right, so here's what I'm going to promote you do. Instead of talking about what it is that you're offering, talk about what the position offers them. What can it deliver to them? So let's start with the ads. I'm going to show you 2 of the most effective ads I have ever seen run for service advisors, okay? And by the way, if you want these in printed form or you have more questions about them, as always, call me at 1-800-248-2931, and I will be more than happy to send you copies of these ads or answer any questions you have. Well, let's take a look at the first ad. The first one is if you're looking for somebody that's a new hire with no experience. So they really don't know what the job is. And it's not so much when somebody's looking for a new job in a different area, it's not so much what the job is that they're concerned about. What they're concerned about is what the job will deliver to them personally. So what we're going to do is we're going to write this ad and show them what it does for them personally. So here, number 1, this is an ad for non-experienced people. Here's what it would say. Professionals needed, service advisors in the automotive field. Professionals in this field have an average income of $65,000 annually, placing them in the top 15% of income earners in the United States of America. Your ad's further going to state this: $65,000, if you're the lucky candidate and get this opportunity, $65,000 means you can have, and you might want to adjust these figures to your local area if you want to, but I'm just going to use the general average ones. So again, this ad. Professionals in this field have an average income of $65,000 annually, placing them in the top 15% of income earners in the United States of America. $65,000 means, if you're the lucky candidate to get this opportunity, that you could have a 2,300 square foot home, because that's what $65,000 does, right? An average 2,300 square foot home. You can place that home on 1.3 acres of land. You can have a vehicle that's $40,000 worth of value parked in your driveway. If you're married and your spouse works outside the home, you can add another 800 square foot to that house. You can have a second car of equal or greater value in that driveway. The average advisor out there today gets 2 weeks paid vacation and a complete benefit package that rivals some of the biggest industries out there. And here's the icing on the cake. 20% of the people that are in this position today are making six figures, $100,000 a year, no college degree, high school education only. Call this number or send your resume to this email address. All right, now, notice I didn't talk about what the job was. Notice I didn't talk about how to do the job. Notice I didn't talk about any of that minutia that nobody cares about. And you say, well, sure they care about it. No, they don't. If they did, they'd be answering your ad. They're not answering your ad. What you're doing is not working. This gets their attention. Because somebody out there that's making $30,000 or $40,000 a year has no idea what $65,000 mean. Somebody walking out of high school or somebody walking out of college that's never had a job before doesn't understand what $65,000 will do for them, let alone $100,000. So by simply listing here, the average person that makes that kind of money gets all of these things or has the ability to get all these things. That's what's going to attract them. That's what's going to get them to pick up the phone and call you. That's what's going to get them to send you the resume and give you the opportunity to sell them on the opportunity that you have, assuming there's somebody you want to talk to. It's really this simple. I mean, we just got to flip it around. And this works great if you're looking for somebody that has no experience. So I told you I would have a second ad, and the second ad is going to be if you're looking for somebody that has experience. But before I share with you what that ad sounds and looks like, I want to talk to you about a few other things. First and foremost, I want to talk to you about what we call here at Jeff Cowan's Pro Talk our pocket guide. You say, what's the pocket guide? This here is the best-selling thing that Pro Talk's had and has had for years. I mean, we sell these literally by the thousands. We literally just a few days ago got an order on one of these from a major corporation for 12,000 of them. What are they, you say? Well, what it is, it's a pocket guide for service advisors. This is the only guide you're ever going to need to handle objections on your service drive. Here's what it is. If you open up, you see here I've listed out the top 28 services you're most likely to offer on your service drive. You might offer some of these, you might offer all of these, you might offer more, but we did the 28 most common. Each one of these chapters is laid out with selling opportunities, meaning if you see this happening on a vehicle or on your service drive, that's when you present this service. It gives the features of that service, the benefits of that service, and then it gives you a presentation, how you would present that service to that customer using my very basic 6-step service presentation, benefit-based presentation. At the end of each one of those presentations, this is where it gets fun here. At the end of each one of those presentations, it ends with a simple close like, what do you think? Or we'll add that in, or you want me to go ahead, or you want me to do that, or that sounds smart, right? Simple closes. And then what we have below that is possible customer objections. The average chapter has over 5 objections listed, and with each one of these objections, we have a way you would handle that objection. This will be the last guide you ever need. It fits in your pocket. It is great. We usually retail these for $24.95 a piece, but I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do for you. If you call in after watching this podcast and decide you want a copy of one of these, we will give you a copy for $17.95 a piece. $17.95 a piece. This is a great book. There's also a video series that comes with it if you'd want to invest in that, but at the very least, if you get this, I'm going to walk you through. I'm going to walk you through how to use this and how to best utilize it so you can close more sales. Now, not only close more sales, but by closing more sales, you're going to earn more commission. Now, not only are you going to earn more commission, but the way I instruct you to use this book and the way it's written, it will also help you get and maintain 85% customer retention on your service drive. Who has that out there? Well, people that use this. It will also show you how to put your survey scores in the top 5 to 7% in the nation. Who else can say that? Well, people who use this. So it's not about the sell, it's about the whole package here. This is a great guide. You got to get it. If you are serious about what you're doing as a service advisor, you want this pocket guide. And again, it's usually $24.95. We'll give it to you for $17.95 for each copy. Plus, I will give you access to a short video on how to use this. This is killer. You got to get this in your arsenal. Quit messing around with it. You say, well, how do we get them, Jeff? You keep talking about it. Well, that's easy. You simply dial 1-800-248-2931. Again, 1-800-248-2931. And anybody that picks up that phone can help you get as many of these as you want. You simply give us a credit card, and we will ship these things by the pallet if you want them. or you can go to automotiveservicetraining.com, automotiveservicetraining.com, and you can find them there. I also have this book over here, Write Service, Write Your Own Paycheck. You've heard me talk about that before. It's my whole program right there in that book, whole program. You can get it at Amazon, get it from us, you can get it at Apple, wherever you want, electronically, hard copy, soft copy. Also has a video program, over 10 hours of training on exactly how to do that. I mean, if you're serious about it, you want to make six figures, get that book, get that video, get this pocket guide, get everything you're taken care of here at Jeff Cowan's Pro Talk, because I literally want you to be the best you can be. All right, back to this. We were talking about how to hire new service advisors, because most of you suck at it. So we told you that the things you're doing wrong is one of these. You either have an ineffective ad, you don't know how to interview. That's another big one. We'll talk about that next week. You did not train the person if you hired them. If you trained them, your training was bad, so they couldn't be successful. That's another big one. You did not hold them accountable. That's huge. Or you did not know how to motivate them once they got there. So today we're talking about how to do the ad. I shared with you an ad that was great for getting brand new people who've never done the job before. So now I'm going to read to you an ad that I've seen work a ton of times for service advisors that have experience if you want to go down that road. Now notice with this ad, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell what we are here, because if they're already a service advisor and they're looking around to work someplace else, that means they like being a service advisor, but it also means they don't feel like they're getting the best opportunity where they are. They either feel like they're getting too much heat from their customers, they're not making enough money, or they're just not being rewarded for their effort. So here's what this ad, this highly effective ad, is going to say, and again, if you want this, just call us and we'll get it to you. Here's what it's going to say. Service advisors needed. Experience only. If you're ready, if you're already a service advisor and want an opportunity to join the best advisor team in the industry, keep reading, because here's what we have to offer. Here's what we do. Our store has no heat from their customers. And by the way, time out here for a second. You can list all of these if they're true. You can list some of them, except some of them don't apply to you. You can add different things in, but you're going to tell them what you are. So again, if you're already a service advisor and want an opportunity to join the best service advisor team anywhere, keep reading, because our store will offer you this: no heat from their customers. Our techs produce over blank hours a week. That's what service advisors who like to sell and sell out, that's what I want to hear. Do you have techs that will work? I don't have to argue with my techs. I don't have to beg them to stay until 5 o'clock in the evening. I want techs that work. So you brag about the hours that they turn, okay? I turn this many hours a week. We don't have enough people to sell it, okay? Our average advisor posted 3.0 hours per repair order, including oil change and customer pay, or whatever your real number is. We have won these different customer service awards from our manufacturer or from our vendors. We lead our district, region, or the country in our survey scores. We're in the top blank percentage of survey scores in the country. Our customer retention is over 85%. Our advisors have been here for an average of 15 years. Our average employee has been here for 20 years. Our average tech has been here for 20 years. Our average service advisor earns $100,000 a year. There's growth opportunities. If you want to join the most elite service advisor team in the business, call this number today or send us your resume. Only the best will be seriously considered. Now, what that is going to do is it's telling somebody out there, hey, look, if you want to play for the New York Yankees, if you want to play for the New England Patriots, if you want to drive a race car at the Indy 500 for Roger Penske, then this is it. Okay, this is a place you want to apply, because we've already accomplished all these things. You don't have to come in and build anything. You just have to show up. You have to be dedicated, because we get it done. Best selling opportunity, best chance for our customer retention, best chance for the survey scores, best chance to make that top dollars, best chance to come in and do it with no heat. That's what's going to turn those people on. So there's my two suggestions for you for the ads. We've got one here again for the no experienced person. We've got one here for the experienced person. Run them both, one or the other, depending on what you want. But if you want to get people to answer your ads, that's what you're saying you're having trouble with, use one of these ads. You want copies of them, contact us, we'll get them to you. Hey, my name is Jeff Cowan, coming to you from Jeff Cowan's Pro Talk with my weekly podcast entitled Write Service, Write Your Own Paycheck, the path to making $100,000 a year while writing service in the service industry. I care about you. I appreciate you listening. Come back next week. We'll give you step 2 on how to interview people. But in the meantime, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go out and get as many people as you can excited about your product, so excited about it that they not only say, yes, I want to buy it, but they give you a perfect survey score. They come back, give you the retention, you get the commission, you get to live the lifestyle you so deserve, because between now and next week, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go find a bunch of customers, get them excited, and close them on my products so I can have the lifestyle that I know I deserve. Again, this is Jeff Cowan here. I will see you next week, and in the meantime, have a great and happy and a safe 4th of July. See you next time. Take care.